Bulginaka, do you know that cybercrime is becoming a growing problem in Fiji?
Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime, such as hacking and spamming.
Cybercrime is also cyberbullying and using fake profiles to cause panic and spreading false news.
If you're involved in this or know anyone who's committing these crimes, report them immediately.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Peter.
We host the Traffic Jam Show on City FM.
From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. every weekday.
Do the right thing.
In this bulletin, TC Yasa may reach Fiji as Category 4. Fijians prepare for cyclone. And designers and architects urged to work together.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Ateda Lendua.
Tropical cyclone Yasa is forecast to pass between Fiji's two main islands by Thursday, based on current projections. The Fiji Meteorological Services says the system is likely to intensify into a Category 4 and even a Category 5 in the next 48 hours. According to projections, by late Thursday, TC Yasa will come closer to the Fiji group with winds will increase to 175 kilometers per hour, gusting to 250 kilometers per hour. The gale force winds could be very destructive, breaking power lines, damaging farmlands, and possibly damaging houses and weak structures. The Nandi Weather Office also advises there could be severe storm surges in coastal areas of northern Vitilevu, Nandi, Ba, Rakiraki, and possibly Tailevu. Storm surges may also be felt in northern Levu along the coastal areas of Mbua, Senganga, Undu Point, as well as Yasa, Mamanutha, and nearby areas. According to current projections, from tomorrow evening, winds will pick up to about 55 kilometers per hour, gusting to about 80 kilometers per hour, and continue to increase as the cyclone nears Fiji. Periods of heavy rain will also be experienced over most parts of Fiji from late tomorrow. Fijians in the Suva area are preparing for the arrival of tropical cyclone Yasa. FBC News visited some informal settlements this morning and found families were already putting up shutters and stocking up on water and food. Ravindra Raj, a resident of Gaji Road in Samumbula, said they've been keeping up with the latest advisories. He says they cannot afford any more damage to their property after TC Winston in 2016.
I have to tie the house, tie it properly. My family, I have to keep my family properly. This week I have to buy the rope and tie my house properly. Then that's all. I have to do and buy the food and keep it for the cyclone.
We can't do too much, Whatever you can do it, we're gonna do it. Otherwise, we have to go Soba Sangambol and stay there.
The people fill the water, everything, buy the torch and the battery and the rope for the tinian to tie the house. They are all ready now.
As the Christmas in the city preparation continues, the Suva City Council has placed a team on the ground to help Suva be cyclone ready as well. Council Chair Isikeli Tikundondo says they have a strategy in place to ensure all retailers and customers are safe. He says they're clearing drains and ensuring proper disposal of rubbish to keep the city clean and safe.
Well-defined program that we have in place. We've got a team that are on standby during cyclone. We've got a team that are already out there now inspecting all the drains, making sure that we are advising ratepayers about big trees around their compound to start pruning now, chopping them. So that's part of the program that we have.
The Fiji Building Designers Association believes that draftsmen, building designers and architects should collaborate to provide better services for Fijians. The comment follows the call made by the Architects Association advising the general public to only utilize the services of a registered architect. However, FBDA Vice President Alvin Singh says this will create more challenges in the sector. Singh believes some of the design consultants have years of experience and Fijians should have the freedom of choice.
I think the general public and the corporate sector as well, they have the liberty, they should have the liberty of choice where they can choose to engage any consultant that they wish to.
The Golden Age home in Samambula has expressed disappointment that one of their residents had to be laid to rest with no family members present. Senior Welfare Officer Nilam Kumar says it's a sad reality that some Fijians have abandoned the senior members of their family. The late resident had been staying at the home for the past 11 years and his family members never visited him, says Kumar. He passed away at the CWM hospital in Suva last week.
We just did funeral last week of our dear resident, and we were so satisfied because at the end of the day we did our part. The families did not support him, and we never had the families visiting the particular resident, but the home staff, the caregivers, they did their part, and we looked after him from 2009.
A Savu concrete artist who participated in the Lomonibale showcase has received positive responses from members of the public wanting to purchase her art. What started as a hobby for Lynn McLaren is now turning into a small business specializing in furniture and decor made solely out of concrete. Still new into the business, the Savu-based artist is now working on plans to expand her newfound success. McLaren says her exposure at the art exhibition was the defining point that jump-started her business.
I've only done a couple of orders for people who know. I haven't really, how you say, I don't mass produce anything because I can't. It's a one-off piece. So it's just people who know what I do. They order and then they, tell me what they want.
Up ahead, Wales and Australia again for Fiji. And Markey still flexing at 40.
Oyer na ngone no de nunu enda be singe mataka.
Merci sunga da ken loma dina kila mikron.
Sakena ngau na mitaro bina no rabak sangai ka wala lo mataki na ngone. Dalabina oya o meliki.
Bulre o ya Samuel Samuli.
Nama kikirau enda be mataka.
Oni tikila magrombuka.
Ni boy tiri kalima na miniti me ono kina tiri na kaloko. Ena radio Fiji 1 nandomo ibiti.
Indah na mataka dan ramai na singabo.
The Flying Fijians are in Pool C for the 2023 Rugby World Cup in France. The pools were drawn this morning. Fiji will again play Australia and Wales. Another 2 teams will make up the pool from Europe 1 as well as a qualifier winner. Only 12 teams have qualified for the tournament so far, with 8 qualifiers to be finalized by November 2022. Flying Fijians coach Van Cotter says there's a lot of work to be done.
Well, I think I speak on behalf of everybody involved in Fiji rugby. I think this is a focus point, and we'll go into planning and trying to get ourselves organised for the tournament, because it's going to be, it's actually quite similar to the 2019 pool. So.
2020 Miss Fiji winner Elizabeth Markey hopes to expand her bodybuilding career into the international arena. The 40-year-old started bodybuilding almost a decade ago and has become a symbol of inspiration for local female bodybuilders. Tali Materakula with the story.
Winning her 3rd Miss Fiji title, Markey is now eyeing international competition.
We'll see what happens. I mean, hopefully get it to an international level. Australia and New Zealand. I have a New Zealand-based coach, so I'm hoping to take it to that level.
The Wimbalavu Naitasiri native hopes her achievements will inspire more women.
I would encourage women to try it. It's training with weights and all these other things. It's not too hard. It's not going to make you look like a man. So yeah, it's amazing.
Pushing for more development of the sport in the country, Mr. Fiji winner Inoki Lingairi says the sport has come a long way.
The grind never ends. It's a lifestyle. So we just get better and get better. Every time we get on stage, we get better. So that's the whole point. And I think at the end of the day, Fiji bodybuilding benefits a lot because everyone's getting better every time.
A total of 18 athletes participated in the recent National Bodybuilding and Fitness Championship. Tali Materkula, FBC Sports.
3 new players have joined the Fiji football training squad. They are Suva's Sairusi, Nalombu and Choeli Ranitu, along with Lambasa youngster Rajiv Sharma. Nalombu has been recognized for his fine form this season after claiming the Vodafone Premier League and Fiji Fact Golden Boot Awards. Both Nalombu and Ranitu helped Suva win the Fiji Fact and VPL titles. The national squad is having its final week of training camp at the Fiji FA Academy in Ba. Athletics Fiji will commence its last round of competition on Saturday at Churchill Park in Lautoka. The pandemic has forced the cancellation of various school events, including the Coca-Cola and Chow Games. In its bid to keep students engaged in the sport, Athletics Fiji carried out its weekly meet and will conclude in Lautoka. National coach Bola Tafo says athletes have been turning up in large numbers over the past weeks and times have improved. He says they're expecting competition to intensify as they head to the west. Tafo says with some of the times recorded in the competition, certain athletes will be out to stamp their mark for the Cokes and Chow Games next year. Occasional showers and thunderstorms becoming frequent and heavy from tomorrow over the eastern half of Itilevu, Bonolevu, Tabiuni and nearby smaller islands. Elsewhere, some showers and isolated thunderstorms with heavy falls expected. That's FBC News now. Join us again at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. For news you can trust, get the facts from FBC's TV, radio and digital news at fbcnews.com.fj, keeping Fijians connected with the truth. Good afternoon.
हमारे खूबसूरत देश फिजी में चाइल्ड अब्यूज की घटनाएं आए दिन बढ़ रही है।
क्यों बच्चों का मासूम बचपन अब्यूज का शिकार हो जाता है?
अपने बच्चों की सुरक्षा का खास ख्याल रखें।
उनसे बातचीत करें, उनके दोस्तों के बारे में जानें।
आज के बच्चे देश का भविष्य है। मैं दीप्ति
और मैं मोनिश,
आपके हमसफर। शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
5:45 AM से 10 AM तक
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर।